guys, if you have not hit that subscribe button below, hit it now. Listen, Dove is dropping all type of gems out here, and I don't want y'all to miss out. Listen, hit the subscribe button below. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last week I got to introduce you guys to some powerhouse publicist colleagues of mine, and if you missed that video you can catch it here. That video was discussing what exactly public relations is and what we do as publicists. This week we are going to be discussing with you guys how to know when you're just not ready for a publicist. Due to this quarantine, people are trying to bring more eyes and more awareness to their brand. And so they're reaching out and inquiring about publicists, but they're just not ready yet. So we're gonna give you guys a few tips to know when you're not ready for a publicist.
Let's just go ahead and get the bad news out of the way, okay?
Drum roll.
So now let's talk about the money.
No budget.
You don't have a budget.
Budget.
Have a budget.
You don't have a budget. Yeah, it's not a pro bono type of job.
In order for you to have a publicist, it is an investment. It is not necessarily a necessity, but it's absolutely a luxury to have someone like this on your team. You're going to need to be able to invest, and this is a small number, $1,000 a month for 6 months to a year to have an effective PR campaign. Ideally, you should be investing $1,500 to $2,000 a month on a publicist for 6 months to a year.
Obviously, hiring a PR agency or a freelance publicist, you have to pay for their services, but even aside from that, there are expenses that come from doing public relations.
Hiring a publicist is an investment that takes time, but it does pay off.
No one ever said, I got famous and went broke. That's not how that works. When more people know who you are, more people can invest in your services, more people can support your company.
And speaking of time,
You're not ready for PR if you're not willing to put the time in.
It is an investment that pays off over time and pays off with time.
It takes time.
It definitely takes time.
You know, an effective publicist is definitely going to need time to plan the campaign for you.
If you are not ready to commit to month-long campaigns, you're probably not ready for PR. A lot of work goes into getting one line in a story. So whether it's a giant feature or one little mention, it could take 5 months, 5 weeks, or 5 days. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work that you don't get to see when we hand you that final really pretty package from the Wall Street Journal or shape.com.
We have to wait for responses. We have to wait for, we schedule interviews, and the list goes on and on. So just think about, it could take 2 months to even just get one interview. Sometimes they just do not have it in a cycle to interview you at that point, but they want to interview you. So it just takes time.
PR is a marathon, baby, okay? It's nothing about this is easy. Nothing about this is instantaneous. You can't hire a publicist and expect to be on the couch with Oprah by the end of the week. It's not realistic. It takes time. Public relations is strategic. It takes time, guys. And you need to have an understanding of that. If you think that hiring a publicist is going to change your life overnight, then you have the wrong perception of public relations.
It takes time for us to pitch you, for us to really get you out there to the media.
Honestly, the best of the best come from something that has been nurtured and poured into. So you want to make sure that you give yourself, your brand, and everybody else time to be able to receive what you're about to put out.
Time is money, and we spend a lot of time to try to help in the day make you more money by making sure that your reputation is pristine. But that kind of thing takes time.
So if you're impatient and you don't really understand and you have not taught yourself exactly what PR can do for you, then you are not ready for a publicist.
You are not ready for PR if you don't have a website established yet.
Well, if you don't have a website, where are people going to find out about you?
How are people going to buy your product or book your services if they don't have nowhere to find you? You really need to make sure that you have a website that is set up and makes it as easy as possible for consumers to either buy your products very easily or have a very easy contact intake form for them to reach out to you if they have any questions, or to book your services. It has to be user-friendly. It has to be as easy as possible for people so that they can buy your products. You don't want to put a bunch of barriers between the consumer and actually having them purchase from you. Most media outlets will not feature a product if there's nowhere to buy it.
Your social media isn't enough. You have to have a website before you get a publicist. You have to at least make an effort into putting your story together, and your brand, it should be represented in that website. So if you don't have a website yet, you don't need a publicist yet.
You are not ready for a publicist if you are not clear on your vision.
Do you have your brand nailed down?
You don't have defined goals and you're looking for overnight success.
Under your belt, you have projects, whether it's media, film, what else? Charity events that you are representing or charity causes that's close to your heart. So you do have something on your resume or things working in the pipeline for us as publicists to really pitch to the media.
When you have that first meeting with us and we're asking you, what is your audience? Who are you trying to appeal to? Who is your product line for? So that when we're sitting down, we're planning this campaign with you, and we're reaching out to various contacts and outlets that we have and setting things up, that we are working smarter, not harder.
If you're still trying to work things out and figure out who you are, you don't need a publicist yet. They can't tell your story if you don't even know what your story is, what your brand is, what your message is, what your primary offering is, and who you are trying to help. All of those things are part of your brand, so they definitely need to be tightened up before you go get a publicist.
You have to have a story and you have to be willing to leverage what's interesting about you. If you want people to be interested in you, then you have to be interesting. What makes you interesting is how you got where you are. What makes you interesting are some of the challenges that you've overcome. What makes you interesting are some of the quirks that you don't necessarily share with everybody that other people can learn from. Once you get really clear on your vision, once you get really clear on your message, it's kind of like vision solves everything.
Do you have a product or a brand that is notable enough to build a campaign for? We're catering to who you already cater to. We're just trying to expand it to a bigger audience. What about your brand is going to make me be able to formulate a pitch strong enough that the producers of that particular network are going to see it advantageous for their viewers to put you on? Make sure that you are taking time to build up your brand before you come and say that I need a publicist.
If you insist on all of your social media accounts being private, for whatever reason, you're not ready.
So if you're not ready to listen to our ideas and implement some of them, it might be time to just wait a little bit until you're ready to really move forward full steam.
Your publicist has seen it when it comes to different situations that clients have been in. They know how to answer questions, how not to answer questions, how to approach different situations because they're experienced. So you, on the other hand, need to be coachable so that when they share with you their expertise, you know how to work alongside them in order to take your career to the next level. All right, guys, I hope these tips helped you. Best of luck out there, and we'll see you soon.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you are new here and you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big fat thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
And thank you.